Lost my sister to gun violence. Someone walked up, point blank, shot and killed her. She was 28 years old. It come from, I could see my sister's body falling and a man just walking away from her. So he turned around and fired at me a few times, shot me in my right foot. He was masked up, a complete mask on his face. He just walked up and shot her right in the head. My name is Allyce Woodards. I'm 37 years old.
All right, September 23rd, 2020, what happened?
I was supposed to be at work that day, which I didn't go. And I was on a block that's not unfamiliar to me. I grew up on half my life, my sister as well. So she came out there to come and see what I was doing. She called me, hey, I'm about to come see you. She had her baby with her. Her baby was 1 year old at the time, her baby Kendra. And so she came out, she was hanging out for a little while. Went to the liquor store, grabbed something to drink. It was like, family, friends, a lot of people on the block that day. It wasn't, just deserted. There was a lot of people around. And someone walked up, like in the midst of different people, kind of like, I guess you could say, blended in because there was a lot of people out there. So it wasn't too much of unnoticed, but he was masked up, a complete mask on his face. Not to say an exact mask, but a scarf pulled up, to his eye level, hood on kind of tight. Of course, it was around COVID time, so maybe it didn't alarm people that were around us that he walked past, but I was a couple feet away from a couple family members were out there. My significant other at the time was with me, right next to my sister, actually, and he just walked up and shot her right in the head.
Okay, what happened after that?
Of course, havoc. To say the least, everybody pretty much got out of there. I mean, it was a shocker to everybody around. So when the smoke cleared, I guess you would say, it was only me, my significant other at the time, her baby, her 1 year old baby was in the back seat asleep. As I heard the loud sound and I kind of looked toward, the direction that I saw the big fire come from, I could see my sister's body falling and a man just walking away from her. So of course, my automatic reaction, I go toward him. I instantly, I'm not sure what I'm saying. I'm probably saying all type of different things, but I just instantly directly go toward this man. Just irate, saying all type of different things, I'm sure. And he turned around and fired at me a few times, shot me in my right foot. At the time, of course I didn't feel the shot. I wasn't really aware that I was shot, but only thing I was thinking, if he gonna shoot at me, I know the baby's in the car. I kind of tried to lean toward the other way, kind of toss and roll a little bit so that he would fire toward the other way, but he just walked off like kind of the same direction he came from, just casually passing by people that were familiar to me, but I guess so many people were in distraught and just leaving the scene that they wasn't paying attention, that he was just walking right past him. He never ran. He walked the entire time.
Okay, when your sister was shot, where was she at and where were you at?
She wasn't even as far as the distance that you are from me right now. And I want to say she was looking at something on her phone or something like that and was kind of just glancing with someone or on the phone. It was some type of phone situation that she wasn't really paying attention or aware of the person walking up to her. So I want to say I was only feet away from her.
Oh, okay. You were like in the car or?
Standing up. We were all standing outside. Her car was right in front of her, which the baby was asleep in the back seat, and we were all standing outside of the car. Maybe music was playing or something like that from her car.
Okay, somebody just walked up and shot her?
Yes.
Okay, what happened? So you guys, the ambulance come?
Yes.
Okay, and what happened when you guys get to that hospital?
It's such a scene before we even get there because I actually end up driving myself there in my own vehicle with my foot shot because we had to get the baby there. When the ambulance came, of course, they took her. They moved me away from her. So immediately once I was able to just pry myself from my sister, I immediately went to get her baby out the back seat. She was just, kind of waking up and, my first thought, I'm trying to get the baby to my parents, get her away from everything. So when he got to the hospital, I think my parents were already there and there was a lot of people that was there before me. And most of it kind of was a blur, but it was kind of touch and go. I want to say that what they were saying to me, and that they were still just trying to, I guess, get brain activity or something. So at this point, it was just so many family members, everybody that came out and was just praying, hoping that she would make it. But unfortunately, it wasn't the case.
Okay, what did the detectives ask you?
That's probably the most interesting part of this story because no detective asked me anything. Not that night, not the next day, not the day after. Man, I'm shot in the foot as well. I don't even think, well, I know I didn't receive medical treatment until days after because I was uncomfortable. I was in shock still. I couldn't stay at the hospital at the time. I wouldn't stay there. I was just so adamant. My sister had 3 kids, so not only was the baby with us, she had 2 other kids that, you know, I just wanted to make sure my family was okay. Like, to be honest, my heart was way more broken than any pain in my foot. So once the police talked to me, it was the day before my sister's funeral, which was a week after the incident.
Wow, what did they ask you?
Probably the dumbest questions in the world. I was so upset at the fact that I had been in a hospital, been treated, still hadn't seen any police. I did go to a different hospital from where my sister was treated at, but no one reached out to my family. No one tried to find me, ask me questions. No one that was on the scene was questioned. Nothing. It was real neglectful, the entire investigation. So when they did ask me questions, they asked me questions like, who was out there? What do I remember? And I mean, really slight questions that, I mean, after a week's time, I would think they had better questions, to be honest.
Wow. Okay, so was anybody ever caught for this murder?
No, no justice has been served for Jasmine.
All right. Can you tell us more about your sister and the kind of person she was?
Sure. Outgoing, man. Life of the party. Like I said, she had 3 kids and 28, so young, you know. 7 years apart. I'm 7 years older than her, and her life is in her kids. I mean, they everything. Of course, I'm TT mommy now, so she was that though, like everything. Everybody remember her for a free spirit. She was a Leo, so she was very outspoken. Just light up a lot of people's life. Very missed. Very missed. Her courageousness.
Gotcha. In the wake of the tragedy, what support resources have you and your family received?
You know what, to be honest, we haven't received anything, and me being the auntie that I am and the sister that I am and the daughter that I am, I go above and beyond to find different things that we can get. I myself receive counseling. I have counseling for the kids as well. It's definitely not easy. When she passed, they were 1, 4, and 9. So, you know, it's a long road for them. It's really hard, and it's crazy because that's when you find your support system, you know, and no justice have been served, and it's really, if it's not family support, it's really unheard of, to be honest, and it's really sad.
How has the lack of justice in your sister's case affected your family emotionally and mentally?
Great impact. And to be honest, every week we would call to find an update. And it's interesting that this interview is on Wednesday because I named Wednesday Jasmine Wednesdays because that was the day she was taken from us. So every Wednesday we would call them to get an update. And like I said, it was so neglectful. It took them a year to even show me a videotape that they had from an angle in the alley. And it shows where he came from, the angle that he came. They were showing, you know, at that point when he was walking up, he was massing up, putting his hoodie on, kind of prepping himself for what he was prepared to do. And the next thing you know, moments after everything happened, you could kind of see people just kind of running and different things happen, but you can't see actually the act itself. And then he just casually walks back to the same exact direction he came from. We got to hold on to each other. Be there for one another. I couldn't even be able to stand here and you know, sit here and talk to you if it wasn't for support of family and love and just having hope and faith. Like losing my sister, of course, it killed me. I had to regain this another life for me. I changed everything about me, everything about my life, and it's like my life changed for me, so I didn't have a choice. But I want to use my voice for better, you know, to encourage people. We all lose somebody, but we can't lose ourselves in the midst of it. My found was music. I made a song for her. I am my sister's keeper. And a lot of different things that I do, I know I can't do them without her. She's my motivation every day. Jocelyn Shaw, that was my friend as well. Her sister Asia told her story, and it gave me the courage to tell mine. October the 15th was only a couple days ago. and I wasn't sure how I would be that day. But when I lost my sister, Jocelyn was there for me every step of the way. I couldn't relate to losing my mother, so she was there for my sister's kids to tell them how that felt. She lost her mother in 2018, and now I don't even have her. Life is real, man.
See on fire, ooh, down to the wire. It's my life in the shy. Ooh, it's my life in the shy.